welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that has been highly requested from me, how I stay positive all the time. Before I get into this, I really need to clear it up that I'm not positive all the time. I think that because a lot of my life is on camera and I'm always making videos and I'm pretty much happy in every video, a lot of people think that I'm happy all the time and that I never cry and I'm never upset and I never get stressed. Not true. I'm definitely a very positive person. The videos of me are not for show. It's not like I'm putting on an act, but I cry. I get sad. I get angry. But that doesn't prevent me from wearing shirts that say no bad vibes and also from putting a pizza pin on my overalls. Before we begin, give this video a thumbs up if you're really excited, to see how I stay positive. And if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll find a little button somewhere right down here, or maybe it's over here. Which side is it gonna be on? I don't really know. This side, right? Here, ready? Number one, I eat a few Oreos every single day. And before anyone says anything, it's not really the Oreos that make me happy. It's mainly the fact that I have a set time at the end of the day when I know I'm gonna be on my couch with my boyfriend watching Modern Family, eating Oreos. It's more about finding your happy place and then have some sort of pattern that brings you back to that place every day or every week. Something else I do is I always try to be as spontaneous as possible. What I mean by this is that when I think about something and I'm like, oh, I want to, for instance, get my ear pierced. I don't think about it and plan, I'm gonna go do that in 5 years. I go to the shop and I get it pierced. And I get 3 more pierced at the same time. If I have a recipe that I want to try, I don't pin it on my Pinterest board and let it sit there for months. I go to the grocery store and I buy the ingredients and I make the recipe that night. When I have an idea of something that I want to try, if I just go do it, without thinking too much about it, it makes me feel really happy and free. Next, and this is a little controversial because every time I try to talk about this with people, there are always some people who seem to say like, I don't like to talk about that because it actually makes me feel worse about myself. But something that I do is I always put myself into the wider picture of the world and I try to figure out my personal significance in this huge universe. So whenever I'm watching shows about space like Cosmos on Netflix, which is my favorite right now, I sit there and I watch this whole show that talks about billions and billions of years that have gone by, and here I am, 24 years old. I'm literally nothing in the scope of the universe. So when I think about the wider picture and the whole solar system and how much is out there, sure, it shrinks me down to a tiny nothing, but it also makes me feel calm and like everyone is kind of going through this tumultuous world together and we're all just floating beings in this abyss. This is getting very fluffy. The next thing that brings me serious happiness is spending a lot of time with my family and my siblings. I know not everyone has siblings and also not everyone has family, but if you do, I would encourage you to spend as much time as possible with them. I'm so lucky that I live really close to both of my siblings. Check out the recent video on my channel of the 3 of us. Being with people who really accept you for who you are and who have known you for a really long time can bring you a lot of positivity. Next tip is stop talking about other people. From my experience, when you sit down and you start talking about someone and laying it all out for someone else, you usually walk away from that situation feeling kind of crappy and you kind of feel like, I wish I didn't say that. I thought it was making me feel better in the moment, but now I feel worse. I'm not against talking about your feelings to someone who you really trust and really care about, but I always find that even though in the moment sometimes I'm like, all I want to do is vent about this situation, it's best to keep your mouth shut. You always feel a little bit better if you just don't say the negative thing. Next tip is keeping in touch with old friends. It is incredibly hard having a full-time job and also having friends that have full-time jobs. Even when we live in the same city, it's really hard to see each other. It's definitely not the way it is in Friends or Girls where you're totally together all the time at your apartment without a job. And these are people who I really don't have the time to keep up with every day or every week or even every month, but making a plan with them every so often just to keep them in my life does bring me a lot of joy and happiness. My next tip has 2 conflicting parts. Part 1 is live in the moment, which sort of goes along with my previous statement about being spontaneous and just doing things that you want to do. But the second part about it is actually letting yourself be excited about what's coming in the future. Sometimes I just sit and I think about all the amazing things that haven't happened yet that are going to happen. All of my friends' weddings, I'm gonna have a baby one day. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a mom. There's so much to look forward to that is so far off, but I do find it exciting to look forward to those moments in the future because you should always have something that you're looking forward to. Next, try new things. If anyone follows my Refinery 29 videos, you know that I'm always trying new things. Try living with Lucy, going to new restaurants, going to new classes, trying new foods. I think it's so exciting to step out of your comfort zone and do something new. You end up meeting a whole new group of people, and it really just expands your horizons to how many things you can be into and how many different places you can go. Next tip, and I know that this one does not make everyone happy, but I know about myself that it makes me happy, being around cute creatures. Dogs, babies, you name it. If any of my friends have a puppy, I'm at their house. If anyone I know has a baby, I'm there. I find that their livelihood and their innocence causes positivity to just bubble up inside of me. And because I know that about myself, I like to put myself in those situations. Something else that keeps me really happy is being in a career path where I don't necessarily know the end game. My job as a video producer and a lifestyle host and a social media influencer is not really one that has a very clearly defined path. And some people actually feel the exact opposite, and it makes them feel really happy and steady when they know where they're going because people have a fear of the unknown. For me, the unknown causes a lot of happiness. The next thing I do is I try to stay very active, but the caveat here is that I know that I don't like working out. I don't like going to the gym. I don't like doing push-ups. I don't like lifting weights. I don't like squats. I don't like running, but I know that being active is a way to release endorphins and does help increase your mood. So what I've done with that is figured out the way of working out that works best for me. And what I've discovered is that I love taking classes. For me, going to a dance class does not feel like I'm exercising. It just feels like I'm learning choreography and I'm having fun and I'm shaking my booty. The last thing I'm gonna say is that a lot of people look to external forces in their life for happiness. They try to make more money, or they try to have more friends or new clothes. At the end of the day, what I wanna say is that you are the only person that can make yourself happy. It's all in here. I know it sounds incredibly cliche, and I hate to be sitting here preaching. The real truth of it is you have the power to be happy, and you can just decide that you want to be happy. You can watch this video and you can say, you know what? I've just decided that I want to be happy. I hope this video was helpful, and I would love if you could comment below and tell me your positivity tips because I can always use more. And if all else fails, eat pizza. Thanks so much for watching, coming back to my channel. Click here to watch another video of mine and here to subscribe.